Hi everybody, it's Shelly Mama Amanda, and I wanted to go through some of the shell pile things that we found from the last couple of weekends and shelling over in Palm Beach, and explain to you what some of the shells are and what some of the names are, and show you some of our amazing finds. So this pile here seems to be more along my tritons that we found. This one here, and this, that, and that seem to be the frog shell, which is in the Bursa family. It's missing its tip there, but look at how neat that looks. I was pretty excited about that one. And all of them. I think I found this one first, and I thought that was pretty snazzy looking, the lip on that with being pointed, and almost all of them are missing their tip. This is what it looks like when it's a juvenile and it has that pointy tip on it. So the larger ones came off when it shot through the dredge pipe. It has to go in a certain way for it to fit, and apparently they're too big for that. This triton here, there's 3 of these. They're the Girdled Triton, which this one on the left here is beautiful, the orange coloring. This one needs cleaned up a little more. It has quite a bit of coral and sediment on it, so I need to see if I can get some of that a little more clean. And here's a baby Girdled Triton. And then we have things like this one, which would be a hairy triton. It's kind of worn, but it's so big. I love the color of it. And some of the smaller ones that we see here. Another frog. And there's a little one, and oh, here it is. The little tail on it, little white mouth, I think, triton that one's called. We have a couple of cowries that we found, and here's all my flats. If you look at them, they're really neat looking. This one is huge. Look at the size of that. And then we have the lion's paws, which some of them came out really pretty, the colors. I haven't really seen some of those colors before. And the blisters, or the knuckles on the paw that stick up. And then this big one is my littlest son, Nicholas's favorite. He found that. I cleaned that one up today for him. Some neat other ones that are just really pretty to look at. There's a yellow one. I liked that one a lot. These are shark vertebraes, which are pretty cool to see. They have the openings in the side. We have coral. We call this a sinus, made out of coral. We have sea glass. All these tulips. I have this tulip here. I thought that was nice. You can tell that that's an East Coast tulip, and the size of that is quite big, and I like the color of this one also. And then we have cones, and more cones. Look at the size of that. Beautiful. There's a really neat looking one here. It looks like it has lines on it. It looks like Morse code. And then in the back there we have nutmegs that are just, look how big some of these are. Just the size of those is just much bigger than you see on my west coast. We have the deltoid rock snails, and we have the moon snails, which we call the boobies, which because they kind of protrude out there like that. Here's a really neat dark one. I think that's the darkest one we found. And we have Leafy Oysters. I love the color on that. Lace murex, a whole pile of bonnets, and the rest of the pile is sundials and chestnut lattice here. And these are all our broken pile of things that we wish were whole. Here's a ruffles. I think it's called a Leafy Oyster, and beautiful the color. All my hawk wings. These are the hawk wings here, and here's the babies. They kind of look like little cones, but they just hadn't gotten their wings yet. And then we have the Trochlear lateralis. I like the color on this one. And I like the coloring on this one. It almost looks like it's pink. And a really cool black scallop. I really liked that a lot. And then I believe that this is a baby milk conch. It's a weird color though. I kind of like that one a lot. And these are the crown cones, which are pretty rare. Conus regis, I believe it's called. And here's our goldmouth triton, just the one. I hope he cleans up a little better because he's kind of beat up. And then I have the helmets. This is a nice big helmet that we got. I'm surprised that made it through. I love that it has the spots coming through on the bottom. We found this on land. It's just a sea heart and it's huge. And then, oh, there's more of the cowries. I'll put those over here. And these are the reticulated cowrie helmets. Look at the size of that. That's the biggest one I've ever seen. And of course, my son Dominic found that and he's pretty excited about it. And then these are the fulgurator olives or the Belingi olives. And I just love the coloring. Look how dark that is. It looks like it's wooden. And then a couple of the strange regular olives. We have a corded olive, which is the first one we have found. And here's the second one we have ever found just this weekend, just yesterday. As you can see the cord along there, it kind of protrudes from the side. And then the first of these that we've ever found would be an albino olive. Actually, is that the albino? No, I think it's this one. Here's the albino because it has 0 color on it. There's one there, and there's one here. I say that's a good day. I'm trying to think of if there's, oh, this one right here is a West Indian fighting conch, so it's different than the kind that we find on the West Coast, but it looks like a flower or like maybe a wagon wheel. I like how it protrudes out and spikes on the top, and I just really like the coloring on this one. I don't pick up too many of the fighting conchs, but I thought this was pretty nice, so I kept that one. And there's some more of the olives. Let's see if there's any that have some neat patterns on them. I like the stripes. This one was a nice sized one that had stripes. And a lot of them have white on them, and then you can tell by the top too that they are the fulgurators because they have that ring around the top, so you can tell. It's a good way to indicate that it's a fulgurator. Some look at the regular olives and think that since they're dark that they are a fulgurator, and they are not. Like this one. My kids found this dark olive and that is not, and it doesn't have those dark brown rings at the top, so that is just a regular lettered olive. And there were a ton of them. A lot of people were picking them up, and their bags got really heavy really quick because they're a big heavy shell. But we don't pick up too many of them, but the kids really liked this one, so it came home with us. And then there's all of our broken pile of things that we wish were whole, including Olivia, my daughter, found this helmet. She wants Mama to fix it. I'm not sure how that's going to happen, but we shall see. Maybe a little nail acrylic and some fiberglass tape or something. I'm not sure. She wants Mama to fix it up for her, so we'll see what we can do. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here that we missed. No, I don't think so. A lot of little things, but we're sorting through and cleaning them up. Oh, and coral. Lots of little coral pieces. Pear whelks, lace murex, apple murex, all kinds of good stuff. So shoot me any questions you have. Oh, here's a whole, my daughter was helping me sort these. Here's a whole thing of mouse cones. If anybody, oh, that's not a cone of mouse, that's a crown. Here's the mouse cones though. If anybody finds these little pink cones, those are called mouse cones, and they usually don't get too big, but I have seen them on the larger side. Let's see if this one's, Yeah, that one's pretty nice size. I get them confused with the Florida cone on the west coast, but this is an east coast shell. I normally don't find any on the west coast. So that is everything, I think. If there's anything I forgot, I will add it to the end. If you have any questions, shoot them over to me. I'd be happy to assist. And these all came from the dredging pile they did in West Palm, which is coming to a close tomorrow. So they're going to be moving on to a different beach. We just don't know what beach that is yet. I'll keep you guys posted if I find out. All right, thank you.